Hi there, this is Todd A, and I want to welcome you to the preview episode of a new podcast I'm doing called Playing Along. It is a podcast about music. I have been playing guitar for several decades now, and only recently, in the past few years, feel like I have finally begun putting the bits and pieces of theory and technique that I've picked up over the years into a cohesive whole that makes sense to me. And I find this really interesting. I used to be a prolific songwriter, and I'm not anymore. But I've dug into this nerdy side of music, trying to figure out theory and figure out not only other people's songs, but figure out whatever theory might have been operating behind my own songs. So the concept of Playing Along the podcast is this. I'm going to have a guest in my studio, and that guest is going to teach me one of their original songs. So they're going to have to teach this to me. I'm going to have to figure out the techniques and the theory that we're using to play that song and what the mechanics of that song are. I'm not so much interested in the lyrics to it. There's, tons of podcasts about the stories behind the songs and plenty of articles and books and everything else if you want to hear that. What I want to know about are the mechanics and how those songs function together as a whole, and how you bring in another instrument, how you become a person who can play along to music like that. So this is just a preview episode to tell you about that. There's not much more I can tell you. I have a weekly column where I write on music for a company called Songcast. They are at songcastmusic.com. They're a digital distribution service. So they hire me to create articles for them. So I've been writing on music weekly for more than a year. And in fact, I started my whole career writing on music as a critic and reviewer, just as like a pop culture journalist. But it's only in this past year and 4 months that I've really focused on, the mechanics of music and writing about it in that way of like, what can I tell a younger musician today about anything, about how to keep writing songs, how to keep yourself inspired on your instrument, how to record for the cheapest amount of money. So some of those topics I'm sure will be touched on throughout the course of this podcast. But like I said, this is going to be about the mechanics of songwriting and how the theory and technique really function in that. And hopefully I'm going to learn a whole bunch about like new styles of music that I have not ever played before, but I'm a blank canvas at this point. I want to sort of, absorb that and be painted on and learn everything that I don't know about music. So thank you for sitting through this short introductory episode. You will be able to hear Playing Along on their.network. So just go to a browser, type in their.network. That is the podcast network that I run with my friend Taylor Trask. We host the Todd and Taylor Show there. It is a pop culture podcast. There are several other podcasts there that you'll want to check out. They are all fun. And watch that space. The first official episode of Playing Along will appear soon with me and my guest, Brianna Harley. And that will be a lot of fun. And boy, I don't think there's anything else I can announce at this moment. But wherever you heard this preview, go back to that area. Whether that was on the web or on SoundCloud or iTunes or Google Play, and you will find future episodes, videos somewhere, articles somewhere. I will soon make it known where all that stuff is. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'm Todd A. I'll see you there.